Hey you guys, good morning. So we are fixing to go pick my child up, but I just got in the truck and I'm going to put my hair back while I do my face. So the first person that says something about my hairdo, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you. That's it, you blocked. You blocked. But listen to me, you guys. Let me just pull this. Alright, so I am not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. This video is definitely for the girls, so if you're not a girl, keep scrolling. I've already done my skincare, and I just want to remind you guys, don't forget your sunscreen. I have been using the Rodan and Fields products. I used Tatcha. I had been using the Tatcha products. I used BioCell Cleanser, a lot of Tatcha products, and I recently went to the Rodan and Fields line. Not because, really not because of any main reason. I called my best friend Amanda, and I was like, there's some things about my skin I don't really like. I'm having some red. I'm having some discoloration. Like, can you hook me up? And she was like, listen, she was like, our friend Candy, which is her best friend in Kansas. So she's like my best friend-in-law. So my best friend-in-law sells Rodan and Fields. So I reached out to Candy and she sent me a ton. When I tell you a ton, I mean, she sent me a ton of samples. Basically, some full-size samples, but I mean, this is a close personal friend, like, so, I mean, she's obviously not going to do this for everybody, but she sent me a little bit of everything to just really try. I'm putting on sunscreen, y'all. What's the rule when we get over, when we get out of, honestly, you need to start doing sunscreen in high school, but in your 20s, you want to stay looking 20. Don't forget your sunscreen. Don't forget your sunscreen. I feel like so many people forget their sunscreen. And let me tell y'all, I want to just give them a little plug. This has to be the softest, least irritating sunscreen of my life. I've been having a lot of trouble. The Super Goop, as most of you guys know, I ended up at urgent care because of around me we have a lot of plant farms, and that stuff started to irritate my eyes really bad. So sunscreen, even the Super Goop that I've used for years, was irritating that skin that the chemicals from the plant farms had irritated around my eyes, and I wasn't able to put sunscreen on my eyelids, underneath my eyes, because every time I was putting sunscreen around those areas, it would get inflamed, my eyes would water, it was awful. So she sent me a couple of different sunscreens, but the one that I like the best is this one, and I'm actually ordering a full size one today. This is called Rodan and Fields Soothe 4 Daily Mineral Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 30, and I just want to let you on in case you are super sensitive to sunscreen and you don't want to be putting something on your face. But I mean, you guys can just tell right now I'm on antibiotics. My doctor put me on antibiotics to kind of help because I was having a lot of some issues with my skin, and they decided that maybe it wasn't hormonal and it wasn't like skincare stuff. So anyway, it is completely gone, but I have to be really careful in the sun while I'm on antibiotics. But if you guys have ever had adult small breakouts and stuff, and you thought it was your hormones and ended up not being, you might want to talk to your doctor about doing an antibiotic orally for that, because I did and it's helped. Of course, when I went in to get my antibiotic, oh yeah, and she sent me a handful of these, and they are the Rodan and Fields Enhancement Microdermabrasion Paste, and I've used 2 of them, and they are amazing. They're amazing. So, for those of you who don't know, I also use an SPF 50 foundation on top of the SPF I put underneath my skincare. So, but, okay, this product right here is hands down the best product. I will forever order this. I use the Jeffree Star lip scrubs, for those of you who don't know. I love Jeffree Star lip scrub, but this is the Rodan and Fields lip renewing serum. It's these little tiny pods. They're individual, and what it does is, a lot of times what we don't realize is when our lips start to chap and we start to have issues with our lips, it's because we keep using the same chapstick over and over, and we get bacteria in that, and it gets under the skin, and then the skin wants to shed. So if you feel like you are putting on chapstick all the time and your lips just, maybe you're hydrated for that moment but they're dry the next day, this is something you need to try, because they're individual pods. You break them open. You do this at night. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do mine in the morning too. I love them, But Candy sent me a full size of these, and I will forever be a fan of this. I don't know. To help restore lip definition, soothe texture, and reduce the appearance of lip wrinkles. Y'all, I have such big lips, and they, right in here, I've been doing my Jeffree Star lip scrub and putting those on at night. My lips have never naturally looked better. Ever. Ever, ever. All right, so I'm just going to put on with my fingers because I'm not kidding when I tell y'all, I have so many of these. I have the CC cream. I have one more. I have the Bye Bye. I love these when I go outside and when I'm going to ride. They're not an all day, every day. Like, you know, if I'm going to go out to eat dinner somewhere fancy, I'm going to definitely go with my favorite foundation, which is this one. It's the Stay Naked by Urban Decay. But if I am going to be in, so I mix 2 CC creams, just so y'all know. And just so y'all know. And yes, I do apply it with my fingers, and I'll tell you why. During the day, when I'm going to be outside and I'm going to be sweating, I feel like if I put it on with a beauty blender or if I put it on any other way than with my fingertips, there's too much, there's too much moisture, and my face gets super greasy and it moves. So I am really funny to apply my CC creams with my fingertips. It drives so many people insane. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you put your CC cream on and it looks perfect, good for you, but I have so much red in my skin that no CC cream looks fantastic on me until I warm it up, which I'm fixing to do. So today I'm not going to go with like a super carved out, like I'm just going to put my CC cream on. We're going to let that set. And I'm really good to let my foundations and CC creams set really good before I apply more product. I think people get in a hurry when doing their makeup, and I don't think that they realize that a lot of the trouble, like I have people that are like, mine looks cakey, mine looks muddy, mine creases, mine this, mine that. You're just going too fast. You're just getting in a hurry to get through the steps, and because you're going so fast, you're creating issues you wouldn't have if you would just be patient and let each layer kind of set up. Like, I want this to set up and oxidize just a touch before I move on to the next step. That's just a little tip. Let it actually, and I mean, I carry a blender with me, so like if I want to go in and just kind of bounce. And it's dry, and what I like about going back with it dry is it just takes a little of that shine out and kind of pulls some of that loose foundation that would have shifted off. Let me see, y'all. Let me see. I cannot seem to find a single concealer. This isn't the one I wanted, but it'll work. Now with my concealer, I am gonna bounce it with a dry blender because I don't want it to settle. So I'm just gonna go just very lightly right in here. Jacob has on boots and shorts and a cowboy hat. If that doesn't scream, I order by cattle, I don't know what does. So, right here, we're just gonna pat this just to where it shifts enough. What I want is to get that lighter color without actually taking on any makeup. So my blender is dry. It's dry. Y'all hear me? This thing is dry. It has no moisture. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna pull any loose makeup up so that it doesn't settle into my fine lines, because when you have a wet one, it just keeps caking moisture in, and then as it starts to dry down, it'll settle. So right now I just put on a CC cream and I just put on a little bit of concealer, not because I really need it, but because I just wanted a little bit of lightness. I'm not really trying to cover anything up. I just needed. So I'm gonna tell y'all. Now here's my thing. I want y'all to watch me. I kind of have a big forehead and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that most of the people in my life that love me kiss me right on my forehead, and I have a big old forehead. My daddy, my mama, my child, Jacob, hell, even Jackie. I mean, it's just a thing. Okay. Now watch me, ladies. Are y'all watching me? I want y'all to come down your face. Come down, pat right in front of your ear. You're going to be like, what? Yep, pat right in front of your ear. Go back around, frame your face, come down. Now watch me. Okay, so we've done all right here. When you go like this, you're just going to darken this up. Right where most of you guys apply blush, just a touch too high to contour, but a touch too low to blush. That's where a lot of people apply blush. Just push this in there. See, a lot of people go into this line down here. You already have a line down there. You want to go right above it. So see? Now then, I'm going to come back. I'm going to blend this out. I'm going to blend it down. Now then, I'm going to take today super pink. I'm going to, well, it's not really pink. It's more peachy, but I'm just pat it on above that contour line. Just above that contour line. Y'all hear me? And I love this Georgia. It is one of my favorites. One of my absolute favorites. And I just want a little bit of definition. I want a little definition everywhere without being too much. Now then, I'm going to take a smaller brush and a darker bronzer. I'm going to go up, make that line. And I'm just going to chisel out right here. The next thing I'm going to chisel out is right here. That's it. That's it for the day. And I am not wearing heavy makeup today, so now I'm going to just throw on some mascara and let my hair down. And it is a very light. Now listen, some people tell me, Tara, I really love a lot of definition in my eye socket. You know, like they want to add definition to their eye. So after I put my mascara on, I want to show y'all something. Can y'all see how good my freaking skin looks? Like, I mean, I have 2 moles right here. So there's an old wives' tale that says that everywhere you have a mole is where your past lover kissed you the most. And I don't know if I was just a hoe in my past lives, or if I just had a lover in a past life that loved me like I deserved. Because I'm telling you, I have moles all over my boobies, all over my thighs, on the tops of my toes. I've got 2 right here. I've got 1 right here in my temple. So there's just an old witchy wives' tale that if you have a mole on your body, it is where a past lover kissed you the most. And I don't know if I had a lot of past lovers, or if I just had one that loved me fiercely like I deserved, because mama here has got some moles everywhere. Now let me show y'all a little secret. I used 2 different bronzers. Okay, I used 2 different bronzers. I'm going to take this one. I love this caramel. I know that I'm probably not dark enough to really use this bronzer, but I do. Just pat it down. Just pat it down. If you want to add a little bit of something, but you don't want it to take away from like your no makeup look, but you feel like you need it, just take a smaller blending brush and just blend it. Just blend it right. It doesn't have to be that serious, you guys. You don't have to carry all kinds of products. Like, if it were me, I'd carry a concealer, a CC cream, a sponge, 2 brushes, you know, just the basics. Like, I don't have to take all of this. So I'm just going to pat this bronzer in my eye socket. And I'm not going to go past this point of my eye forward to leave the inside with a little definition. And you can even go under your eyelashes if you want, like a little, say you want a summer smoked look. Look, just take that bronzer and just, this looks really good if you have blue eyes too. And if you have brown eyes, you might want to go with a little darker. I have a little darker bronzer here, and I may just go in and just, look, I'm just going with bronzer. I'm not even trying to, that way it's just like a bronzer look. No lipstick. Now hold on. One thing I can tell you is if you're like me and you like a little bit of pout, take your lips and just go right underneath your bottom pout in the center. I know, my lips just doubled in size, didn't they? It's crazy. Now, I didn't put much mascara on my bottom lashes because I just wanted to give my eyes a little bit more of an open look, so I didn't really put mascara on the bottom, which is fine by me. I like that. Some people really don't like that, so put mascara on your bottom lashes. But I hope that this gives you guys like this is how easy it can be to just look put together without doing too much. And like, I can just bring my hair back into a pony. I mean, it's just enough without being too much. And I'm super close to the camera with no lights. Like, I can tell you if I had like my ring light, it would look flawless. And I hate that because I think a lot of you go home and you try to replicate some of the things you see on YouTube, or maybe some of the things you see me do, and it's not exactly the same. Girl, I'm sitting in front of a ring light. I'm sitting in front of a ring light. Like, a ring light is going to blow out these, like, everybody has these. I can't tell you how many people are like, oh, I wish I had under eyes like the people on YouTube. Like, they don't have, you know, girls, they don't, no, they have under eyes just like you do. They just use a ring light, and it's so blown out that it just makes them legitimately look flawless, when as soon as they turn that ring light off, their shit looks just like yours. Probably worse, because they wear so much damn makeup. You would be shocked at how much texture their skin has. But I mean, I'm in the dark with no light and it looks this good because my skin right now, I'm just telling you, Candy sent me those Rodan and Field products, and like, my skin is on point. But everybody has this. Everybody has under eyes. And I went to my, like, I made that mistake. I went to the lady that does my Botox for my migraines, and I was like, listen, I really don't want this. And she was like, well, aside from doing fillers, she was like, but you're not really old enough. She's like, I don't recommend under eye fillers till you're 50 when it's like crepey. And I was like, I want to look like Jeffree Star. And she was like, oh baby, that's, and you know what? She was right, because when I turned my ring light on, my skin is so flawless. Like, my skin is so flawless, and my under eyes are so flawless. I mean, I can look like a solid 7 like a solid 7 with no makeup on, with my ring light on. And that's just not fair. That's not fair to you guys. That's not fair to the world. And it's something that people don't talk about, is that, okay, I love this gloss more than anything, and this is the Kylie Cosmetics High Gloss, and I live for it, just so y'all know. It gives very 90s vibes, because it's like you almost put on, you know, like a very like skin colored, like a very skin colored lip. So anyway, we are fixing to pick up Tinley and have breakfast, and I'm just gonna live my best life. I'm gonna sleep, I think. So I'm gonna grab my child, I'm gonna sleep. What do you guys think for not having any lights on my face? I think it does not look bad. But I will tell y'all that, see, like, if you add light, it instantly, like, I wish I had a ring light in here. It's funny. Okay, so another thing. My Cash App would not update up the turnpike to Oklahoma, and I need to today sit down and update the draw. I think that we're full to 174, but I have a ton to add. And when we get back, we will be drawing for the horse of somebody's choice up to a certain amount. I'm very excited. If you want to get in on the draw, now's the time to do it. These draws support the unsold horses, and what it is it's going to give one person the opportunity to pick a horse, and we're going to give away 2 runner-up prizes that are going to be pretty cool. So anyway, I am not mad at it. I think this is just a good summer look. It was super fast. It's uncomplicated. I don't know. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. So, what are you guys doing today? What is the weather like where you're from? Talk to me. Fill me in. Oh, another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Okay, so this is for the girls. Listen to me. If you are not a girl, keep scrolling. Okay? If you're not a girl, keep scrolling. Not your video. If you're a man, you might be able to watch this and it won't bother you. But if you're like a boy and the thought of like periods and all that bother you, like just, you know, go find you an 18-year-old girl that isn't going to poop in front of you, and you know, not talk about all those things, because we're grown folk around here, okay? Me and all my following, we're grown folk. Most of us have had babies. The men in our life, like, done had to change the sheets before because we bled all over them. Like, go on. Just, we're grown folk. You hear me? So, for my grown folk, listen, Jackie recently introduced me to period panties. I thought the idea was awful. I thought that idea was not good. And then I started doing a lot of research, and Victoria's Secret sells them. But I want for you ladies that ride horses that have to use like a liner because you've had babies and maybe your I've broke my pelvis. So I've done a ton of like pelvic floor exercises. It's gotten a lot better, but I had a horse break in half with me the other day and almost bucked me off, and my bladder leaked. So even your hot girl, summer girl here, listen, I'm just telling you that if you are somebody that you ride, your bladder leaks a little bit, or you just like that, Victoria's Secret has period panties. They are the best. Okay, and what I like about them is you can ride in them. They don't leak. They're not awful, but not just for those of you that are like cycling. If you're somebody that you have to wear a pad when you ride, I just have a lot of customers that after I had Tinley and I did all the pelvic floor exercises, I've gotten my pelvis back to where it is super, 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 super strong. But when that horse bucked with me, not that strong. So I just hope that for those of you that like, as soon as you're done riding, you have to run change your pants. I have friends like that. They're like, oh, my horse loped too quickly and I leaked a little and I can't go eat with you guys because I've got to run home and, whatever, because I don't want to smell like Pete, whatever. Girls are weird. We have all these problems guys don't have. And then we have guys that are like, ew, like girls are, no, like this is life. Like stop being a child, like grow the fuck up. Like we're grown folk around here. How many of you women are at the age that you carry tweezers in your purse and in your car for your chin hairs? Listen, sir, if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I used to think she was hot and now she's talking about peeing herself and her period and her chin hairs, go get you an 18-year-old. Listen, when I was 18, I had no idea. I would have been just like you. I would have been like, shut up. I've never. Go find you an 18-year-old. Go find you an 18-year-old girl. Spoil her rotten. Go buy her shoes. She'll show you some affection for money. Go get you a child. But for those of you that are men watching this and you got a woman in your life that has built you, that has held you down, and you look at that bitch and you don't care if she has a chin hair, you don't care if you have to help change the sheets because she started her period, you don't give a fuck, you're down for that bitch because she built you from the ground up, order her some period panties. Just do it. Just go on Victoria's Secret, you know what size she is, have them sent in the mail and be like, hey, I was watching. Women, all women's love language are gifts. Receiving. Because most women are gift givers, which mean we take pride in being able to give gifts. Like I'm a gift giver. Like my love language is giving gifts. How many of you guys are gift givers? Listen, men. Listen, men. Men. Just order 6 pair. Okay? Just order them. Have them shipped to the house in her name. When she gets them, she'll be like, I didn't order these. Be like, I ordered them for you. Because if you live with a woman that's had a baby, if she maybe doesn't ride her horse as much as she should because she's worried about her bladder. Don't act like you don't. Do something nice for her today. Do something nice for her today. And don't be sitting there acting like, no. Go get you an 18-year-old if you can't handle women talk. Am I right, ladies? How many of you feel like men that cannot handle those parts of a woman need to go find them an 18-year-old? Like, let an 18-year-old take advantage of you. Let an 18-year-old spend your money. Let an 18-year-old be an 18-year-old. But, like, if you want a woman, you want dinner, you want a companion, you want somebody that's going to not just want you to, like, fuck them and they're going to stroke your ego. You need a woman. And with a woman comes some baggage. Babies, weaker bladders, chin hair. It is what it is. At this point, at 35, I am a much better spouse than I was at 18. For sure. Like, I'm going to hold you down. I'm going to build you up. I'm going to handle everything. I've got you. I can cook a mean meal. Whatever. I don't ever have time to cook, so. I don't ever have time, but when I do, I will challenge your granny and her cooking on a good day. I don't always have time to cook, but when I do. But I'm just saying, as women, we need to remember that, like, I just have gotten to the point in my life to where, like, I'm not going to be, like, I go where I'm celebrated, not where I'm tolerated or disrespected. And people sometimes really hate that about me. I've heard people say, like, you can't take criticism. You don't, like, listen, I go where I am celebrated, period. I do not stay where I am tolerated, and I do not stay where I am disrespected. And I don't allow people on my platform that do anything but celebrate me. And women, I hope that you take that to heart today, because so many of you are in relationships with people that disrespect you and just tolerate you, and you are not celebrated. Go where you are celebrated, and all your flaws. And men, if you were watching this and you were like, she's not wrong, do something nice for your lady today. Seriously. Just do something nice for her. Send her a text. Do something nice. All right, well, this face is done for the day. I am literally fixing to go pick up my toddler that I have not seen in 10 days because she has been living with my mother. That's what I said. I said, Tinley, you have just moved out on me, baby. You have moved out to Grammy's. She said, no, Mom, it's vacation. It's vacation, Mom. I called her yesterday and I said, are you ready for me to come get you? Yes. This morning I said, okay, baby, we'll be there in about 2 hours. I don't know, Mom. Grammy really needs my mom in the background. Nope, she's ready. My mom's had her 10 days and my mom was like, I love her, but she's ready. And I'm like, don't worry, I miss her. I'm ready too. So I'm going to get my kid. Tinley will be home about a week, and then she'll be wanting to go to her Nana's. So I kind of have it made. Like, my life is good. Like, my child wants to go spend a week with my mom, a week with me, a week with her Nana. The other day, she said she wanted to go stay with Tanya and Vincent, but Vincent has to finish. He's a deputy sheriff or whatever, and he has to go to academy every so often, and right now they're in a training for something. And so she wants to go to Tanya's and stay the weekend, but Vincent's got to finish academy, and then she can go to Vincent and Tanya's because she wants to go see Sadie, her cousin. And my child just is such a little world traveler. Like, she packs her little roller bag that has Minnie Mouse on a unicorn, and there she goes, like, rolling her suitcase. And I'm like, I love that so many people love my child to the point that she's comfortable in so many different environments, and she just goes and fits right in. Like it's nothing, and it's incredible, and I love her, and I'm so proud of just like, she's such a free little spirit. Like, my child's like, bye, Mom, bye, and I'm like, huh. When she comes home, though, like, she's a mama's girl, and she'll tell everybody, she's like, my mom is my favorite, and I love that. I love that I'm her favorite, but she still wants to go spend time with everybody else. I don't know. It's nice, though. It's nice for her to get to enjoy all of these people, because I look back now and I don't have any grandparents. They've all passed away. My dad's dad died this year. My dad's mom and stepdad died a couple years ago. My grandmother died in December. My grandpa died in 92, her husband, from Lou Gehrig's disease. That was very painful to experience, to see. So, yeah, like, I don't have those people in my life anymore, but I have such incredible childhood memories of all of them, you know, and I want that for Tinley. I want her to be raised with these incredible childhood memories of all of her family members that one day she'll look up and they'll all be gone. They'll all be gone. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird that way, but I want her to spend the summers with her grandparents and spend, you know, Christmas and Thanksgiving with people that one day won't be here. My dad had a heart attack last year. That was really crazy to see somebody that you don't realize that, like, you could lose them that fast. I mean, just, so when my dad had a heart attack last year, I really got right. And then I had COVID, and I almost died right after he got out of the hospital. And it makes you realize how quick life can be taken, and I just want Tinley to have such good memories. And she's at that age now where she's able to really kind of build some memories, you know? So for those of you that are like, your child's gone a lot, she sure is, and everybody loves it, and she loves it, and she gets to build the best memories with the best people. The people that raised me, the people that raised Jacob, the people that shaped us into who we are. So of course I let her go. Of course I let her experience that. Like, man, she deserves to get to feel that much love by all these people. And sometimes I think people that try to get mad at me, like, they have nothing to do with our life, but they'll be like, you never have your child. And I'm like, like, okay. I mean, okay. Like, I have her a lot. I keep her. I feel like I don't have her. That's the thing, though, is I have her for like a week straight. And Tinley will do all the stuff at the farm. And about the time the new wears off and she's like rode her pony and we've barrel raced and we've done that, she'll be like, Nana needs me. She'll go to Nana's for 4 or 5 days. She was at my mom's for 10 days this time. I think that might be the longest stretch besides when I had COVID that she's just gone and stayed. But you know what? My child FaceTimes me like 11 times a day. Does anybody else's child just FaceTime you over and 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 over until you answer? Mine does. My child will just call and call and call and call and call and call and call. She has no idea that that's wrong. So when she calls me all the time, FaceTiming, I don't really feel like she misses much at my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'll FaceTime Bear and FaceTime her pony and want me to walk out to Campancho and FaceTime Campancho. Then she'll call me at night and she'll want me to read her a story over FaceTime. So I don't really feel like it's that crazy, you know? And then she comes home and I get to tuddle her. I get to snuggle her for about a week and then she'll be ready to go off on another adventure. And I love that. I love that my child will always be able to just, you know, live her best life. I don't know. I like it. And she gets so much experience. Like, my mom and dad took her out to Ruidoso to the horse races, and she went to Remington Park this spring. And then Gary takes her to cow sales and equipment auctions, and she gets to go to the auctions and eat off the food truck and eat at the cow sale cafes. And I don't know, Tinley just, can you imagine just getting to get up and be like, you know what, I want to go with Pappy to all the cow sales this week. Bye, you guys. You know what, I want to go with my Grammy and Grampy this week to the horse races. Bye, you guys. And that's just Tinley's life. Like, she just lives such a good life. And the people online that are so mad, I get some inbox messages from people that are like, you don't ever have your daughter, and it concerns me. And I'm like, girl, don't be concerned for my kid. Be concerned for people whose kids are like unloved and that are starving. My kid is like got her bags packed and she's at the horse races and at the cow sale and riding the tractor to bale hay and farming watermelons, and she comes home and rides her pony. Hell, the other day she went with Jacob to the sale at Kirbyville. She was like, bye, Mom, Dad and I are going to Kirbyville. And I'm like, bye. So my kid has no clue that it's not completely normal to just wake up and decide for yourself at 3 years old what your week is going to look like. And if that doesn't include Mom and Dad, you have a grandparent that's like as fast as they can drive to come get you. Huh, Jacob?
What?
Tinley just living her best life.
Yeah, where's your chargers?
Right here. You need this one? I don't think I actually have it plugged in. There you go. How people sometimes say, you never have your daughter. And I'm like, yeah, my kid just, so she goes to Jacob's parents and Michelle and her cook. And then, yeah, it didn't charge my phone last night good at all. And then they go to the cow sale, equipment auctions. What else they do? All the stuff. Banking.
She loves to do banking.
She loves to go to the bank. She likes to go to Walmart and boss Michelle around. She tells her, I don't have to ride in the buggy anymore. I'm a big girl. And Michelle tells her, get in the buggy. We're not free ranging. So Tinley is just getting picked up today to come hang out with us for a week and hopefully stay. Maybe she'll stay 2 weeks. I don't know. Jacob's mom and dad have already been calling, wanting her. Sometimes my mom will call and be like, hey, I want to come get Tinley. And I'm like, actually, she is at Jacob's parents'. I don't have her currently, so you can't come get her. And sometimes Michelle will call and say, hey, I thought maybe Saturday I'll come. I'm like, she's at my mom and dad's, so you can't come get her. You'll have to wait. Honestly, if they could split custody and just poop me out of the equation, I think they would. She would just go from my mom's to Jacob's mom's. But luckily, my kid loves me. She's a mama's girl, and she Thank God, because she has 2 grandparents that fight over her constant. Man, stuff like that. I just, when it tipped, my trailer on my truck pulled phenomenal. I'm telling you, this is the best pulling trailer I've ever owned. But listen, my nose is low and it sits this far off of my bed. No, it's not. I can barely get a hand. Listen, and sometimes we'll go over train tracks or bumps, and I'm telling you that it's all you can do to keep from laying the nose of this trailer on the bed, especially if it catty-wonkies at all. And I'm telling you, Jacob's braver than I am. The reason he's braver than I am is because he's the ash chewer. So if he screws it up, that poor little dog, should we give her some water? I think it's overheating. Lady, it's like 100 degrees and she's jogging her dog, and yeah, there she goes. She picked him up. Yes, okay, good. He was like, seriously, like hyperventilating, panting. I was like, ma'am, I think your dog is too hot.
All right, wrap this up.
Wrap this up. What are we wrapping this up for?
Trying something to eat.
What you doing? Tell everybody hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Say it. Say it like you mean it. Say it good. They like your voice. Say it. Hello, everybody. Say it.
Hello,
Ugh. Y'all are wondering how Jacob gets in these panties. This is the hello, everybody. Ah! He is just like, oh. Does anybody ever listen to Jacob talk sometimes and you're like, just say my name? Can you just say my name? No, just me. That's okay. That's why I live with him. All right, you guys, we're going to grab some food and then pick my child up. But I will get the draw updated just for those of you who knew kind of what happened. We were on the turnpike between Texas and Oklahoma, and I just didn't have good reception, and my Cash App wouldn't update, and I just knew that I wasn't going to have everybody's names. So I'll sit down today and get everybody that has entered the draw through the website, through Cash App. Misty sent me the list of people who entered through PayPal. We'll get a complete list compiled of everybody, and we'll allow the person that wins to have choice of a list of horses. So that's it. You'll get a list. You can choose through them. I had several people say that they wanted to enter to help the unsold horses, to help, the unsold horse fund, because that's where the profit from this goes. But they didn't really want to take a horse, and they asked what we would do. And I said, what we can do is we can either redraw, or we can gift all of those funds to the unsold horses. So you never know. I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, because I don't know that somebody that can't take a horse would win. I don't know. Probably over there. All right, you guys. Yep. All right, you guys. I'm going to plug in an IHOP or something breakfasty. I want some breakfast food, even though it's noon now. 11. All right, you guys. Love you, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Say it like you mean it.
I'm trying to find a place to go.